Welcome, you have sought me out, sensing perhaps that the world operates by laws, not by chance or fairness. Welcome to our deep dive into the 48 Laws of Power, a distillation of timeless strategies for understanding and wielding power. In this video, we'll explore 10 key laws that can help you navigate the complex dynamics of power, to rise above the pawns and direct the game yourself. For power is a game, and those who fail to recognize its rules are doomed to be played. The first law dictates that you never outshine the master. Those in positions of power are inherently insecure, forever wary of threats to their status. By appearing less capable, more human in your flaws, you disarm their anxieties. Let them believe they are teaching you, guiding you. Stroke their egos, and they will become blind to your ascent. Never put too much trust in friends. They will grow envious of your success. It is your enemies, those who must struggle to overcome you, who will prove more reliable out of respect for your strength. Keep your friends close, yes, but your enemies closer. Study them, understand their motivations, and you will turn their envy into an asset. The third law: conceal your intentions. The world is full of those who would exploit your plans, who would use your transparency against you. Become a cipher, a riddle wrapped in an enigma. Let them see what you want them to see, a carefully curated facade. By keeping them guessing, you maintain control, the upper hand in every encounter. Chapter 4. Silence is golden. Always say less than necessary. Words are a double-edged sword. They can build empires, but they can also dismantle them. In silence there is power. Observe, listen, and learn. The more you speak, the more common you appear. Chapter 5. Reputation is power. Your reputation precedes you. It is the armor you wear, the shield that deflects your enemy's blows. Guard it fiercely. Cultivate an aura of invincibility, of success. For people believe what they see, and if they see a force to be reckoned with, they will treat you accordingly. Chapter 6. The art of timing. Timing is everything. Premature action leads to ruin, while hesitation breeds doubt and invites defeat. Be patient. Study the rhythms of power, the ebb and flow of your opponent's movements. Wait for the opportune moment when the stars align, and then strike with decisiveness. The world is full of noise, of endless debates and empty promises. Rise above the fray. Let your actions speak for you. They are undeniable, irrefutable proof of your power. Honesty is a powerful weapon, but it must be wielded with precision. Use it selectively, strategically. A carefully placed truth can disarm an opponent, build trust, and lull them into a false sense of security. Remember, even the most cunning deceiver must maintain a veneer of truth to be believed. The world is in constant flux. Those who cling to rigid beliefs, to outdated strategies, are doomed to be swept aside. Be adaptable, embrace change, even seek it out. Align yourself with the winning side, the rising tide, and you will ride the waves of power. Power is not a sprint, it is a marathon. Plan for the long game. Anticipate obstacles, strategize for every eventuality. While your opponents are focused on the immediate, you will be 10 steps ahead, maneuvering them into positions of weakness. This is how empires are built, slowly, methodically, with an unwavering vision of the future. These are just a few of the powerful strategies from Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power. Study them, internalize them, and let them guide your actions. Remember, power is not static. It demands constant vigilance and evolution. Never grow complacent, for the game is never truly over. Now go forth armed with this knowledge and claim your rightful place in the world. Gap 3, S. Before we delve into the intricacies of the 48 laws of power, let us first glimpse the entirety of these timeless strategies. Each law is a piece of the grand puzzle, revealing the path to mastering the subtle art of influence and control. As you watch, let these laws seep into your consciousness, preparing you for the journey ahead. Gap 2, S. Law 1. Never outshine the master. Gap 2, S. Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Gap 2S. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Gap 2S. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. Gap 2S. Law 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Gap 2S. Law 6. Court attention at all costs. Gap 2S. Law 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Gap 2S. Law 8. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. Gap 2S. Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. Gap 2S. Law 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Gap 2S. Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. Gap 2S. Law 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. Gap 2S. Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude. Gap 2S. Law 14. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. Gap 2S. Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. Gap 2S. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. Gap 2S. Law 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. Gap 2S. Law 18. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. Gap 2S. Law 19. Know who you're dealing with. Do not offend the wrong person. Gap 2S. Law 20. Do not commit to anyone. Gap 2S. Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Seem dumber than your mark. Gap 2S. Law 22. Use the surrender tactic. Transform weakness into power. Gap 2S. Law 23. Concentrate your forces. Gap 2S. Law 24. Play the perfect courtier. Gap 2S. Law 25. Recreate yourself. Gap 2S. Law 26. Keep your hands clean. Gap 2S. Law 27. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. Gap 2S. Law 28. Enter action with boldness. Gap 2S. Law 29. Plan all the way to the end. Gap 2S. Law 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. Gap 2S. Law 31. Control the options. Get others to play with the cards you deal. Gap 2S. Law 32. Play to people's fantasies. Gap 2S. Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. Gap 2S. Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. Gap 2S. Law 35. Master the art of timing. Gap 2S. Law 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. Gap 2S. Law 37. Create compelling spectacles. Gap 2S. Law 38. Think as you like, but behave like others. Gap 2S. Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish. Gap 2S. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. Gap 2S. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. Gap 2S. Law 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Gap 2S. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Gap 2S. Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. Gap 2S. Law 45. Preach the need for change but never reform too much at once. Gap 2S. Law 46. Never appear too perfect. Gap 2S. Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop. Gap 2S. Law 48. Assume formlessness. Gap 3S. Now let us embark on this journey, beginning with the first law, never outshine the master.